Hello, lovely humans. I come to you from my porch finally on a gorgeous, I'm going to say spring day. I have no idea if it's actually going to be spring or not, but shout out to all of you in New York right now getting slammed with like 14 inches of snow. Best decision I've made still to this day was leaving Long Island. So I am tuning in with you all here today from my front porch, which is where you will find me in the lovely warmer weather down here in sunny Virginia. But the purpose of this short clip today is just to talk about fostering community and the importance of that, especially for folks with chronic illness or multiple sclerosis, specifically in my case, where I've got about 10 minutes to surmise all of this before going to visit my lovely grandmother who lives about 7 minutes away from me, and I'm gonna pop in there and just hopefully bring a smile to her face today. But something I have learned over the last couple of years across the board in a lot of different cases where I'll talk about my Aunt Barbara super quick, who is thriving in her older years because she is so quick to foster community and make friends. And she is in her, oh God, I'm sorry, Aunt Barbara, if you ever see this. I don't remember her exact age, but I want to say mid to late 60s. My dad's 61 now, and I know that he's the youngest, so I'm not trying to make her older than she actually is. But she had quite an uprooting of her life a couple of years back and ended up moving down south as well to North Carolina. And from there, I call her Barbara 2.0 because she made it a point to build friendships and community and plays cards with her friends every single week and make sure that she's getting out and about so that she's not just alone and doing what a lot of folks do in their older years, which is just kind of die in front of the TV. It sounds really rough. I didn't mean to actually use the word die. Forgive me. But the importance of community and how much it actually impacts our health, where I'm the first person to admit I am quite the introvert. Most folks would tell me that's not true, but I actually consider myself an ambivert. I come to life when I communicate with other people, and I like to think that I'm very friendly, but at the same time, like, I recharge my cup by not talking to anyone for periods of time and sitting in silence. And something I am actively trying to get better at within the last 2 weeks is making sure that I am connecting with the people that are important to me. Shout out to one of my best friends in the entire world, Jessica Burns, for bearing with me as getting me to commit to a FaceTime call is really challenging these days, especially when a period of time grows longer and longer between connecting and then you have literally like a year's worth to catch up on. It makes both parties just more hesitant, but why not break it into smaller doses or come up with another plan? So I'm calling you soon, Jess, I promise. But it's also one of the reasons I am going to see my grandmother today, where I want to make it a point to see her once a month. I saw her in January and had lunch with her and my mother and my sister, and it was lovely, albeit very long. The service at the place we went was the worst I've ever experienced. Dramatic sip of coffee. Mm. But I'm so excited to see her. I just caught up with another really good friend of mine, if not one of my best friends, Caitlin, on FaceTime while I was traveling in DC, and it was just so soul filling. Like, every time I talk to my best friends, I say that it's medicine for my soul, and it really is true. Where dramatic pause for the truck that just passed my house with the very cute dog hanging out the window. If you're able to pick up on the sounds of traffic, sorry about that. But after connecting with Caitlin and now my grandmother and folks that I don't get to talk to very often, it really just highlights to me how important it is to make not just the effort, because everyone always comes at me with the phone works both ways, but I don't live my life by that mentality. It's like, well, if I wanted to talk to you, I'm going to reach out to you. So I'm also doing a practice where I'm trying to text people when I think of them and just be like, hey, I'm thinking of you. I've been doing that to my friend Desiree a lot. That's also me being like, can we hang out? You live close to me. But just the importance of community, where in this next adventure of my life, I don't know what to expect. Where I moved to Richmond, oh, it's going to be 8 years in June. And something I learned very quickly is that making friends in adult life is really challenging. It is so hard to do. Most of us are working, taking care of our families, and trying to exist on this planet. And it's so hard to meet people where it's like I am now in a very unique arena of life where I'm going to have to actually make the effort to try to find other like-minded individuals. I joined Meetup again. I don't love Meetup. I've had some really awkward interactions on there, but actually Meetup is like also one of the first ways that I had met Doug. So it's like it has gems, but it's also very uncomfortable and awkward to be like, hey, we like the same thing. Let's force ourselves to hang out and then find out you have absolutely nothing in common. But just trying to get out there more and embrace this beautiful life, because especially having MS, for many, many years, I identified myself as someone who was like, it's totally okay that I'm going to bail on plans at the last minute all the time because, like I have a chronic illness and it happens. And like last year where I said, I'm no longer heat intolerant, I'm no longer going to be that inconsistent person who doesn't pick up the phone or call people or attend events with people I care about. It's going to be hard for me as an introvert because ask me if I've ever been upset with someone for canceling plans with me at the last minute. No, the answer to that is no. I'm never going to hold it against anyone just because, like, I get those and I'm like, oh, we'll reschedule and I can't wait to see you. But I'm also like, yes, I don't have to put real pants on today. But just being really intentional with my time and the crazy decisions I have made over the last 2 years. And being like, all right, I did this. I'm here. What am I going to do with it? Am I really going to use it? And I did okay with it last year. I think I've hiked almost every trail Richmond has to offer at this point, and now it's like getting out of that comfort zone. And Puddles is old enough now too, where I'll be able to take her to like Shenandoah and do real hikes with her. And she's such a potato. I'm gonna have to record that for everyone too, just to witness the potato that is my Bernese Mountain Dog. I digress. But just holding myself accountable to be more sociable, I guess, just because this community for me it's brought me so much joy and so much validation, and in times of deep fear, it's been there for me to not feel so crazy or alone. So this counts, by the way. This counts as being sociably connected. It's been glorious. I have 15 whole subscribers now, and I know some of them. Shout out to my Capital One Leads peer circle group who heard me talking about this and immediately jumped on and subscribed. I don't emote truly in the moment, and that's something I'm working on too, other than joy, because I'm just like a big bubble of positivity and happiness all the time. But when I feel raw emotions, I do bottle them up. And I did go back to my hotel room that night and I did cry tears of joy out of gratitude for that. It was really nice and beautiful. So thank all of you, every single one. I appreciate it. But out of the 15 souls that are here with me as I'm recording these types of things, I've had the pleasure of hearing from quite a few of you, and you've identified yourselves, and it's started a conversation, and it's exactly why I started this, because the internet is a beautiful tool, albeit also the worst. And I've had such pleasure and privilege in meeting such interesting and strong human beings on this planet Earth that I never would have been able to without this. So, all of this lovely, nonsensical whimsy just to say, make sure you're prioritizing community. It is so important. It'll keep you maintained in your longevity. My joke with Aunt Barbara is always just like, you're gonna outlive us all because the community you have is so strong. And like my grandmother, for example, is a social butterfly who relocated from Long Island and now lives here. And while I'm selfishly blessed in that sense, she left behind so many people, and she had a big social circle where she's on the phone all day, every day still, like in touch with these people. They're still calling her every day. And it's that it's like the fountain of youth, where it's like that is connection and love, and the open heart space is the key to a long and happy life. And I cannot reiterate that enough. And trust me, I am not shaming anyone for canceling plans at the last minute. Like, none of us feel good all the time. I've had a headache for like 40 days and 40 nights that just will not go away, but I just refuse to let it stop me at this point because I'm obstinate. But just really making sure that even a text message, I make sure I text my friends too when I'm introverted and like, oh my God, no, please don't ask me to hang out today. I'm not in the mood, but I do want you to know I'm thinking about you and I love you very much. It's so important just to be there and to have that connection, even if it's for 2 seconds, and just feeling the other person's energy and just knowing that they're there and that you're not alone. Literally, in this sense, where like hopefully you feel less alone through this lovely exchange of energy is what I'm going to call it. Like I feel it. I am so excited about this. Like I am at that stage right now where I'm checking views and I'm like, oh my God, I just got another view. I'm at 19. And again, I'm not here for the subs and the likes and smash that subscribe button. Like, that's not why I'm here. But it is very exciting for me to know that the message is getting out there. So, like, every time I see those come through, I'm just like, I feel your energy. We're connecting. Yay. Because I'm hokey and a big goober, and I'm proud to be said goober. Thank you very much. But with that, I just encourage you all to call your loved ones, tell them how you feel. Life's too short to keep things bottled in, and I'm certainly not that type of person, to many people in my circles dismay. But it's important. It's important to tell the people you love that you love them, and it's important to just check in, because you never know what people are going through. And I know I've been surprised over the last couple of weeks when I've reached out to a friend just like, hey, I love you, I'm thinking about you. And they respond to me and they're like, hey, I just went through something really horrific. And it's, you don't know. So send love to the people that you love. Chat with the people who are close to you. Put yourself outside of your comfort zone and go do something you wouldn't normally do. I still count it as being social if I'm out and about and I like go, I don't know, to a brewery or something and I get a beer by myself with my book and my dog, and it's like I'm not talking to anyone, but I'm just in that space. So carve it out however you feel called to do so, and I very much appreciate you taking the time to have some coffee on my porch with me on this fine Saturday morning, and I hope you all have the most lovely aligned day that you possibly can. And I send you all of my love within. See you guys soon.